everyone. Today we have an interview with Blessed. Blessed, how are you, bro?
I'm very good. How's you?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Can you introduce yourself? Where are you coming from?
Okay. So my name is Blessed Panashinyati.
Okay.
I'm from Zimbabwe, a country in Southern Africa. I think most of you know it. So that's mostly it. I am a student, TSU, software engineering student, first year.
First question that we have for you, we want to ask you, Blessed, why do you choose Tomsk? We know that you are an English speaker, right? So you can go to maybe UK, USA, but why you decide to study in Tomsk?
I am a scholarship student, a bilateral scholarship between my country and Russia. So my country actually selected me to be one of the students to come to Russia. So we had to select which schools to come to. I didn't select Tomsk as a city, but I selected TSU as a school. Why? Because they offered my program in English. Number one, they are highly rated in the country, and they say that the Tomsk, like the city Tomsk, is actually a great student city. So I selected it for those reasons.
Okay. This question that we want to ask you, what's your study program and why you decide to study this program?
Like I've already stated, I'm a software engineering student, so I'm just a programming student in its nature. So what we do is we study web development, mobile app development, game development, and extras that come into that into that whole universe of just programming. And then why did I choose it? I've been like a fanatic of computers since birth. Okay. In my country, I did 1 year of financial engineering. I love numbers, but then there was something that was missing from the entire thing, which is like the practical thing, because I can calculate huge, using huge amounts of data. I can do those complex mathematics, but they don't intrigue me as something that is much practical. So software engineering for me is more of I get to apply my complex mathematics and also do the practical, which is bringing something into life. Because as a software developer, when you create your software, it's like you're giving birth to your baby. So I love that thing about that whole thing. It's a challenging program. It's not so challenging in terms of it's hard, but it's challenging because it makes you want to break boundaries. So I'm breaking boundaries while I'm applying my mathematical skills, and I'm having I'm always on my toes, just to come up with something new and develop the entire software engineering field.
You tell us about how long have you been in Tomsk, and what's your impressions when you arrived in Tomsk? Like the codes, people, what's your impression? Can you tell about it?
Before I go into that, a short backstory. So when I was still in my country, we talked to this other Russian guy. He was actually my first Russian teacher. So he was teaching me weekly online. Then he gave us this other story about this other lady who came to Russia with all the strong jackets, those winter jackets. And when she got into the airport, because the airport is warm, the buildings are actually, they are very, very warm. But when you're outside, it's I don't know, it's an opposite case. So when she got outside, she started screaming that thing with our Africans, we are quite loud and stuff. So she was screaming because of the cold and stuff. So when I came here, I expected that intensity, that cold. But fortunately for me, I packed my winter clothing, and when I arrived here, it was still warm. So when the winter arrived, it wasn't so bad as I thought. So I had expected it to be bad, but it wasn't so bad. So I was well equipped. As to how long I've been here for a year. It's mostly, let me just say, 13 to 14 months already. I arrived last year in September. I took part in my preparatory course. I learned some Russian language, some courses in Russian, and I can speak a little bit in Russian. Now I can converse normally with the locals. I have new friends, and everything is going quite well.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about the living cost in Tomsk compared to other cities. What can you say about Tomsk, the living cost?
So this year I've managed to go to Moscow. I've also managed to go to Krasnoyarsk. So compared to especially Moscow and other big cities, it's we're in different countries. It's half the prices in Moscow and maybe a third, or let me just say not at that, but it's not quite as expensive as other cities. It's very, very affordable. I was surprised to see that I can survive a month with maybe $100 or even less than that if I'm like strict budget. So the living costs are quite very, very affordable. And also looking at like even the accommodation, like very, very affordable.
Now about the dormitories, what can you share with us about the dormitories? Do you like it or not? Mayak.
Mayak. Oh yeah, I'm currently situated in Mayak. It's actually a nice hostel.
Okay.
Multicultural, like people from different countries, Chinese, Mongolians, Russians, Tajiks and Uzbeks and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's filled with that diverse people, and we get to meet and converse, and also have some of those interactions that are very enhancing to the minds. You get to appreciate other people, and also like there's the gym where you just go and
For free, right?
For free, you don't have to pay. The moment that you pay your accommodation fee, everything is there. I also take part in my classes, my MMA classes. I'm a very physical person. I don't know if it shows, but I love it. Yeah. So it's quite a comfortable place. I don't know. I'll just give it a 5 out of 5.
The question that we want to ask you is about your future. Are you planning to stay in Russia, or you want to move back home after graduate?
Okay, so when it comes to that question, it's one of those most asked questions, especially for foreigners. But for me, the idea is like the plan is to go back to my country because I came here for a particular reason, which is to learn. And after I've done that, I'll go back to my country. If I still need to learn more, I'll make that decision when I get back to my country. But if I want to work, I guess I'll work in my country.
Okay. So what's your advice to those people who are planning to come to Russia, especially in Tomsk? Which advice you want to share with them?
Well, all I can say is just be prepared, and please don't be scared. You should come in your numbers. We are waiting for you. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you for the interview, bro.